Hi, this is a small tutorial on adding fractions and subtracting fractions to be very similar. The problem with adding and subtracting fractions is you got to find an LCM for these bottom numbers. You cannot add or subtract fractions unless the bottom number is the same. So the way I do it is I say I got to find an LCM, and that's the least common multiple. So you want a number that both 3 and 5 can go into. So it turns out that the lowest number that these two numbers can go into is 15. One thing that will always work is you can multiply the 3 and the 5 together, those two numbers together. It always works. You just will have to reduce at the end. So if you're stuck, you can just multiply these two. So now I'm going to write these fractions up and down. Just the way I do it. It's just easier to me. And I put 15 on the bottom. I'm making equivalent fractions. So this is kind of like saying 4 quarters is $1. I'm making the exact same fraction. If you reduce it, you'll get the original fraction. So now I say, what times 3 gives me 15? And it's 5. Whatever that is, you multiply the top by the same number, which is 5. You do the same thing down here. 5 times what is 15? 5 times 3 is 15. So 4 times 3 is 12. So now take a look at these fractions. You're pretty good at reducing now. So if you were to reduce these two fractions, you would get these fractions. So all you did was made equivalent fractions so that now you can add. So now you add the 5 and the 12 and you get 17. And you keep the 15 on the bottom. You don't add the bottom numbers, and that's kind of tricky. Now, normally you want to simplify this. If the top number is bigger than the bottom, it's called an improper fraction. So the way I simplify it is I say 15 goes into 17 one time, and there's 2 left over, and 15 stays on the bottom. And that's how you simplify.